Hi, this is Scott Jordan, and you are watching live here at Cellars of Sonoma in beautiful Railroad Square, Santa Rosa, California. Salmon works good for me. And welcome everybody to TV Tuesday Live. This is the show where we taste wine, we talk about wine, and look at all the people I have today. We've got a full house. We've got Monica here from Georgia, the 50 million grapes of wrath. No, shades of grape.
We'll correct that later with the super maybe.
That's right.
No, not close. That's 50 Shades of Grape is what he meant to say.
50
Monica
Shades
and
of
Ed
Grape.
from Georgia.
That's right.
50shadesofgrape.com.
Yeah, and her husband,
Ed.
Ed,
Yes, hello.
and we know Dave,
And I'm here, so.
and I'm Scott. But you already knew that. So tonight, here's what we're doing. We've been on a series that we were doing of wine exercises. And today, as I was getting prepared, I realized that I need to do a little more work on the wines that we're going to use, because it's really all about aromas, and they have to match up in the wine. So I've assigned Ron. If anybody knows Ron, who works here in the tasting room on Thursdays, Ron is now he's a
certified wine educator.
Woo-hoo, good for you,
yeah.
Ron.
And so he's going to match up the aromas really cool with our wines. And then I'm going to do that next week. And I'll be blindfolded and I'll be smelling stuff. And it was,
That'll be fun.
Could Ron be on board for the show? Maybe?
Ron could be, and would be an excellent thing to do, because Ron has been on before, and he's quite knowledgeable, and like you know, that wine geek thing. It's just like
Speak geek.
Yeah, speak geek. So tonight what we're going to do is we're going to go through the wines in the current Wine Club shipment, which I just put together today.
Cool.
And so we've got 4 really nice wines. We've got a Chardonnay from Dunas, 2007. Is that what that is? Yep, 2007. It's their Tres Cuvées, comes from 3 different vineyards. The thing that we have to know about the Chardonnay is they like to age their wines a long time in the bottle. They do that for their whites as well as their Pinot Noir. And their Mendocino Red, current release on that is a 2006.
Wow. That's
So-
awesome.
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
Yeah.
They minimize the air contact during the barrel aging, and they put an oversized cork in. So for Dunas purchasers of their wine, here's the caution that I'm going to make. Let me pull this out of here so you guys get an idea. The way you want to open up this wine, I know if I set that down, it's going to blow. All right, thank you. You take the foil off like you normally do, really nice and pretty, like we did here. With the cork is already in here. Before you put the cork in, the screw in there, you take your thumb and just push down just a little bit to break the seal.
Oh.
Because that cork is so long, your corkscrew isn't going to make it far enough, and you're going to pull real fast and break the cork in half. And then you're going to go, that was something wrong with that wine. Well, no, it isn't. Now, the other thing you have to really understand is let this breathe. This is a wine you clearly want to let breathe. If you're going to use it in dinner, I'd open it up an hour before and really let it open.
And you mean for both whites and reds?
No,
Because typically,
you could in their reds, but in the white, you want to really let that sucker breathe.
I agree.
Yeah,
I've done that.
yeah, and so we may swirl this in our glass a little bit more than you normally would. Oh, so put that in there so it looks really pretty. But that's what you have to do on the Dunas wines because you're going to break the corks. That's the real bottom line.
Good trivia. Good safety tip.
Right? Safety tip.
Egon.
So 2007,
Wow.
most producers are showing 10, 11s,
Yeah.
12s,
Yeah.
Yeah.
13s. And you'll notice in the nose, if you don't open the bottle up and let it really breathe, it may come across as being very funky. But that's because it hasn't hit, the air hasn't hit in there yet. That's what's throwing it off.
How long has this one been open, Scott?
Not long.
The color's beautiful.
Yeah.
The
The
color is just
fantastic. So here's a
gorgeous,
2007 and the
rich,
color's
right.
beautiful.
Oh,
It's not
beautiful.
getting bricky, it's not, it's not funky. It just hasn't seen any air for,
Yeah.
6 years.
Kind of a nutty nose.
You have a nutty nose. I'm just, you know what? I couldn't
It just-
resist.
just
He
kinda
walked
comes
right
out,
into
right?
it, didn't he?
Yes.
I love you.
Huh?
I love
But
you.
very elegant,
Mm.
soft, pretty,
Very
really
good.
nice
It's a pretty
finish.
wine. Pretty wine.
Yeah, you knew right away.
Long finish.
But you gotta really understand, what's going on here. Don't get all flipped when you. First of all, you're gonna try to break the cork. Now, the problem that we have is that we go pretty fast in the tasting room, and as many times as I've opened their bottles, you'd think I would know, and I don't, man. I go to open the damn thing, and I'm going too fast, and I go boom, and I break the cork, and I'm like, oh, damn.
Not your fault.
Then it's kind of, okay, can I actually get it out of there without dropping a bunch of cork in the bottle?
No, this is nice.
Yeah, right. Nice finish.
Great mouthfeel.
I know.
Big. Yeah, this is Greg Lafayette. He is he's quite the winemaker, and he really likes to minimize the air, and he likes to age the wines for a long, long time. Even their Pinots, we're talking 2007s,
Wow.
and nobody's showing that. I mean,
Wow.
that's crazy. But they're beautiful.
So I just got a little bit on the way back, like a little popcorn. Sort of like a popcorn is the best way I can describe it.
Sure.
Sort of note after.
Yeah.
then after was out of my mouth.
Yeah. Did you have a question there?
Yes, we have our first question for the
All right. Thank you.
Dan would like to know, how do you select the wines for your wine shipment?
Oh man, we almost saw a cool accident. That'd have been really neat.
Someone just
How do I
censored
pick
you.
the wines for the wine club?
Yeah, is it by
yeah.
from the hat or is it by
No,
an
it's
educator?
very, very, very strategic. We have 9 wineries, so there's an odd number, so that that makes it a little difficult. I'm always picking a pre-release or the most current release of the winery's wines. I only put one white in a couple times a year because 85% of my wine drinkers are red wine. But we think that these Chardonnays are so nice that you need to have that, and if you got little friends that love Chardonnay and they come to your house, you're going to open up a really nice bottle of wine. But I always go, like for example, the Pinot from James is a pre-release, and here's how a pre-release works. The wine has not been released yet, and it's not going to release for maybe 6 or 8 months. We will get a very short window to enjoy this wine, reorder, and get an extra 5% off on the reorder, and then it goes back in the cellar, and it's going to stay there until it's ready to actually release.
Cool.
Current vintage on this is 2010, so we got to work through that, and got plenty of time for the 2011.
So when you get the pre-release, is the idea that somebody can buy it and also put it away for themselves?
Yeah, absolutely. Because as you see in here an older Chardonnay, but if you had their Pinot, you can age Pinot a little bit. Don't be so worried, right? I mean, it's not something that you have to crack immediately. I like an older Pinot. They're really, really nice.
We tend to rifle through them at home, though. We're just always out of Pinot. So I try to hang on to a good Pinot
Yeah.
for a few years, but they're so good usually we got to pop them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole idea, is to buy a little bit more of it and stash
more
it,
Pinot.
Yeah.
and stash it, and then pull it out every a bottle every 6 or 8 months, and you get a real feel for where the wine is going. And if the wine's super big and it's real obvious and it really should lay down, then leave it alone for. I mean, try to hold back. I know I have no patience whatsoever. You got a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, what is 50 Shades of Grape? I'm really curious. Can we hear a little about that, Monica?
Oh, so the question is, what is 50 Shades of Grape? Well, it's your
yes,
turn.
you may. 50 Shades of Grape is our wine blog, and Ed and I and a friend of ours named Laura, probably 3 years ago now, I guess it was, started doing video wine reviews. So we do just what we're doing here. Basically, we open a bottle of wine, we look at it, we talk about why does it smell this way, maybe we went to the winery, maybe we met the winemaker, maybe we did a tour of the vineyard. We just talk about our experience.
Usually small production.
We try to focus on small production wines, a lot like Scott does here in the tasting room. And I tell you, we have so much fun, first of all, doing it, but the other thing is we learn a lot. And Ed has his certified specialist of wine designation, which is really helpful for me and for Laura as well. So, but our belief is we are all about great wines at really affordable prices. Like, sure, we like a $150 bottle of wine just as much as anyone else. But what our sweet spot is a great bottle of wine for 30 or 40 bucks. And, and sometimes we venture south to like South America. Sometimes we, go across the pond now and again. Not too much. We usually like to stay domestic. But thank you for asking. We have a ton of fun with it. We really do.
Yeah, and it's their show is very informative, and it's cool. They're covering, the cool things of wine.
And we
really
pair
fun.
each tasting with a rock and roll song.
That's right.
So it's fun too.
We're children of the 80s,
We
and
are.
you know it. So.
What would you pair with this Chardonnay?
Oh wow, that's a great question.
Oh yeah.
As a rock and roll song.
I
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
That's a tough one because there's
Well-
no rock and roll songs about popcorn or. But
Not in the 80s anyway.
Not in the exactly right. Hot
We had to go with
butter.
the 70s.
Remember that one?
70s. Some of us older people, we
I know.
have to go
We're
into
leaving
the-
Ed out of the mix on that one.
Yeah.
My nomination is Summer Breeze by Seals and Crofts.
Oh my
Summer
God.
Breeze.
There is quite a
by
breeze
Seals.
here.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so those of you that are tuned in from other parts of the country where you're miserably warm right now,
We're freezing.
we are freezing, and it's the second day of September. Yesterday I was at the beach with my bride, and it was epic.
Your
It was
bride
like
of 31 years.
31
Yeah.
years, yes. And
she's
and
hot,
it was
by the way.
yeah, she's hot.
She's hot.
Yeah, she's hot. And it was beautiful out. But I'm telling you, we can see the clouds coming in, the fog is rolling in here, and it
Cold.
Changed.
It changed dramatically. It's probably about 60 instead of 80 where I was yesterday.
We may need a group hug here pretty
Yeah.
soon.
I mean, man, oh man. Me and my big idea about being outside with this thing, but it's supposed to be warm.
I
But
know.
yeah, it's coming in. The temperature's going to change here, which really help because we're in, as you guys know, we're in Russian River. So this is really what Pinot loves. It saw all the heat of the day
Right.
in the 80s, and it loved that. The Chardonnays love that. And that fog is pretty thick. It'll burn off, but it might take till 10 o'clock or 11
Yep,
o'clock,
that's
before
right.
it burns off. So anyway, so Chardonnay, and
That was delish.
that was
That was-
right.
It's a nice wine.
That was
you,
nice.
You just have to let it open up and let it breathe. It's been under some real, restraints for
Yes.
the last 6
Yeah.
years, and it when you pull the cork, you can smell it just like boom right at. But let it breathe. I mean, that's the key, and you'll have a lovely bottle of wine.
You can tell the age a little bit by the color too, because
Yeah.
it's darker. It's
Yeah.
not a thin looking shard. It's pretty bold. And,
Yeah, it's bold.
Yeah.
You like oaky buttery? It's right up your alley. It's right in that vein.
Yummy.
But not over extracted. Not
Nope.
not where you're going. Wow.
Right.
And with a popcorn finish.
Yeah, with
Right.
popcorn
Well, you know
finish.
what? I actually started getting popcorn on the nose toward the later part
Yeah.
of the swirl. I noticed it was right on the nose. But you know what I like about this and what you just said is that it's not one of those. Do you remember when California was all about like you would like eating a stick of butter smeared on a piece of wood when you got a Chardonnay, because it was just so
You're pulling splinters out of your tongue.
over the top. This is nice because it's still, you still have oak and butter, but it's not like crazy over the top. You still get some fruit character. There's still some acid. It's balanced. It's pretty
Yeah.
balanced. I like it.
Yeah, no, I really, so in picking wines, I was really happy to be able to show an older wine, a white wine, that you would normally walk away from, and it's got plenty of life.
It's nice.
There's no question about it. So, yeah,
I can
hats
see
off.
how red wine drinkers would appreciate that Chardonnay.
It really
Yeah.
is. It really is a red wine drinker's
Yeah.
Chardonnay.
It's a good way to put
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Good way to put it. Yeah.
And a nice hot summer day, heat. I gotta think heat because I can't quite understand why I pay
Exercise.
what I pay to live here. This is way too cold. Wow, man.
Well, they're from Georgia, so they don't feel this at all.
Yeah.
So some changes for those of you that live in the local area and come down to the tasting room and see our entertainment. The last few years we've had primarily the same few guys playing Thursday, Friday nights, and we mixed up Saturday. But I went through the calendar with my musicians and we really mixed this thing up. So when you come down here on a Thursday night and think you're going to see Ricky Allen Ray, you're not going to see him. You might see John Peter. You also might see Craig Corona. So I've got a bunch of new musicians coming up, so coming up this Thursday, for example, I've got John Pita. Normally plays on Friday. We've got him on Thursday. I've got Craig Corona on Friday, and then I've got a band that's on tour. I've got some bands that are actually on tour and they're coming through.
Well, last week we talked about, you said maybe Bon Jovi would stop by.
Bon Jovi, yeah,
We're
we
lucky.
normally get that, but tickets are $500. But we'll get you there.
We have 2 tickets for sale.
2 tickets to paradise. And Saturday I've got Carmen Kimball and Alex Lassner. And
All right.
they're on tour coming into the tasting room. I've got later on in the month, I've got Falcon Christopher on a Friday night. We've never had him on a Friday, we always had him on Saturday. And then next month, I've got Hannah Aldridge coming in from the East Coast on tour. Greg Youter's coming back on a Thursday. So we've got this all, these bands coming in on different days, and it's going to make it really entertaining.
If you put enough wine in Ed tonight, he might sing.
Well, that could be a
Wow.
possibility. It's all
I'm
possible.
just saying.
People should just
You don't
check
know.
the website.
Yeah, just check the website. All those calendar dates are up there, and it's really fun. So a lot of entertainment, but it's going to be mixing that up quite a bit. Okay, let's get into some red wine.
Yay.
What happened?
Where's the website slide?
Website slide. There isn't one. They're already on it.
Let's go.
They're already on it. They can't be
Right.
watching the show from they have to go on the website.
Right.
Well, I
Right.
got drilled there. I was like, what the hell was that all about? All right, this is 2011 pre-release James Family Cellars. He didn't.
Stony Point.
He still says Sonoma Coast. It must be 2012 vintage. That is now Russian River.
Oh.
So those of you that do, we talk about this quite often because the appellation that we're in right now is now Russian River. It used to be Sonoma Coast.
Oh, really?
So this wine through 2011 is Sonoma Coast, but the future vintages 12 and beyond are Russian River. 2011.
Dang.
This was a really cool summer, like this all summer long. Right? It was cold.
It was cool.
We got some heat spikes at the end. Was 11 the one where they pulled the leaves, or 10? One of the 2 they pulled the
I think it
leaves.
was 10.
10.
We just talked about it today, in fact, about
Okay.
how 10 was such a stinker.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
people
this-
were pulling leaves to get the sun, and then all of a sudden
then they got real hot.
got
They got
100
the burn,
degrees,
yeah.
and they got burned.
But actually, in the long run, that worked out pretty well because you thinned the crop out. That's what you did at the very end. And in the bottle, the 10s are magnificent. So you're getting a nice early look. Again, we call this a pre-release. It's not ready to release to the public yet. but we're going to get a little look at it. You certainly can enjoy it now. But well, let's taste it.
To see it against white.
I know, he's using my sweater as a color gauge.
This comes from a vineyard that Jeff and Judy James planted about, I'm going to say 16 years ago. And most of their fruit is purchased by Schramsberg for their sparkling program.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
So if you like Schramsberg champagne,
right.
and you're crazy if you don't, you need to go back over and look again, because it's pretty damn nice fruit.
You
Wouldn't
crazy.
say?
That's
But
nice.
they don't buy that just because they feel sorry for them. I mean, they're buying it because it's some damn nice fruit. And it is. It's in a really cool spot, overlooking the whole valley, and it's kind of windy over there, but still.
Is it as windy as it is here right now?
Oh yeah, at least. I can't believe how that fog is coming in.
It was
man.
like this last week, though. Remember, Dave, we were sitting here and it was cold last week.
Yep.
Dang.
I had all those warm days. What's going
know.
on? We had warm days. It was nice yesterday.
It could be us.
It was nice today.
We could have brought this crap from the East Coast. You don't know.
Never
No.
know.
You never know.
The thing you would bring is like humidity and bugs, and we have none of that. At least the wind got rid of any of the bugs.
We have does this one inspire a rock and roll song yet?
I don't know.
No, I want some musical inspiration.
It has to
now.
come to us
I know,
organically.
it's true.
So we'll
Plus,
see
Laura's
what
not here.
we'll see what bubbles up.
I saw that
Laura's our
movie and I
music
thought it
expert.
Laura's our music.
No,
She's
for
our
the
singer.
wind.
No, I was just,
She's your music.
I was just like getting off the edge.
She's our music inspiration. She's
right.
the singer in the group.
We wanted to hear more about 50 Shades of Grey in your blog. How do you select your wines as a weekly event?
It's not a timed event.
It is not.
Like these shows are every week, like clockwork. We actually do reviews when we get inspired to do them. And when we come back from these trips, of course, we have a lot more wine with us. So we do
We hope
reviews.
so.
Yeah, I know,
The
exactly.
economy is counting on that.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, we try not to, we try not to do a post every week, because that would mean we'd have to drink at least 4 bottles of wine, because we usually have a bottle before we start the camera.
And the problem with that is?
Well, we
Yeah,
have,
what is the problem?
we have
Jitters
jobs
out.
and things.
Get the jitters out.
No, it just, you know how it's a lot of work to put together a little video setup, and editing is really the problem. I do all the editing myself, so, it just takes some time, but, we like to do 1 or 2 a month, and it's fun. And we have a Facebook page too, thank you for asking.
Yeah, so make sure you like their
50
page.
Shades of Grape on Facebook.
Yeah.
With a 50,
Yeah,
not the word. We don't want to be confused with
And
some
Twitter
other
as well.
thing.
yeah.
With the word.
That I know nothing about.
I don't either. None of us have read the books.
I don't know.
That's the funny
Never heard
part.
of You read the book? Yeah, you sassy thing. So
First two.
yeah,
Nita read 2 of the 3, so
So this is a nice Pinot. This is my kind of Pinot.
yeah. This is real. This is
Yeah.
It's
you
going
know.
really well.
yeah,
This is Russian River, really. I mean,
it is. It
You
really
got the
is.
mushroom in the nose, and
Very mineral driven, terroir driven.
If
Yeah.
I didn't know better, I might maybe think this was Anderson Valley, based on the nose, because it had. Remember we
Similarity,
talked about
yeah.
the marijuana nose that Anderson
Yeah.
Valley and Mendo has on.
Well, I don't know. You were talking marijuana on a lot of these wines, so I just
Mendo, Anderson Valley, to me, often in the Pinots especially, has a really hot quality on the nose, and I get a little bit of that in here.
a little bit of the
And it
marijuana.
may just be the coolness of the,
Right.
the appellation.
Well, it's definitely. I mean, it's cold over there. It is.
It's definitely green.
We've had lobster lunches in that vineyard for the last 6 years. There were 6 lobster lunches, and we've had them in June. We've had them in July. We've had them in August, and froze our butt. I mean, yeah, we had it in.
Be there.
Yeah, we had it in May one year, and it rained on us, which was really bizarre. It never rains in May. It started to rain, but when you do lobster lunch, it's a long table, right? And they tape it together so it stays together. So we had to literally pick up the table intact with the lobster on it and carry it around the corner in the rain to get it in the. They had a little eave on their barn, and we sat under the eave. So.
Sounds
But
awful.
But carrying it, I actually went live on my phone, so I actually had a live feed going as we're carrying it. So I go live whenever I can, you know. I
That's
do
what we
it.
like about you, Scott. You're spontaneous.
Right? Yeah. Yep.
See, this is nice.
So nice.
Yeah.
Very
good.
Retail
You know
on that $36.
I was
you know,
just going
good.
to ask you that.
Yeah.
And what did I miss the retail on the Dinah shard?
Yeah, Dinah shard is 30. I don't have a sheet in front of me. 35
30 something. All
30
right.
30
and
something.
36 on the Pinot. Nice.
and 36 on the Pinot.
Good.
Good. That's hard to get a good Pinot with 36, don't you think?
Estate grown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I've put it out there to the masses, and no one's challenged me because they can't find it. Because I tried to find a Pinot in that price point that was estate grown. I couldn't find it, and
Well,
I
I'd-
looked everywhere.
I think he's issued a challenge where you have to do some looking.
Yeah, I
And
guess-
drinking.
and
And
drinking.
That's
drinking.
right. Some research.
Yeah, you do have
Part
to
of
drink
it.
it
It's all
too.
part of the research. Because we know why we're team players. We're givers.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
That's right. There you go.
Booyah.
So James family has won a gold medal on all of their Pinots since the first commercial vintage of 2007.
Someone just stole our wine.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Now the Harvest Fair,
This is
those
not
of
a
you
good
that don't
neighborhood
know,
anymore.
the Sonoma County Harvest Fair starts in
Sometime.
like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and they've won in that every single time.
Have they really?
Yeah, they have.
Wow.
Good
So
for
for a
them.
small producer, that's kind of cool.
That's great.
Well, you know what? We
the Chronicle,
probably
too.
need to talk to because our whole thing is about small production, and I don't think we've reviewed the James family
I
wine.
don't think so.
I don't think we have.
So what would you consider small production? Is it a certain amount of cases or acres or what?
Well, let's go through it in the big picture. If you were talking about a small winery, you're probably talking about a winery that makes 10 to 15,000 cases. And then a medium might be, 25 to maybe 50 or 60 or so. And then large can be just large. These are guys making 200.
Like micro cases,
Right.
micro
So
production.
there isn't really a category because
Yeah.
it's so ridiculously small.
Like garage wine? Is that?
I mean, it's yeah,
Yeah.
that's real tiny.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
it is.
real. So
Gotta
these
have
are
a passion for it.
well, there's no question and we talk about this often because the cost of making a bottle of wine is really high, and it's extremely high for these guys because they pay a premium because they're only buying small
Right.
quantities, right? If he's doing 200 cases, so what is that, 8 barrels,
Right.
Wow, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, the barrel guy isn't giving you a deal on 8.
8. Right.
Yeah.
He's giving you a deal on 80,000.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not giving it, right? So
Yeah.
you're paying a premium, $1,200 a barrel, and then the foil guy's not giving you a deal,
And the cork dude.
and the
isn't-
cork dude, because
right?
you didn't buy
You're
a
paying
whole
75 cents or
whatever.
cents a
You're
quart,
paying
right?
a premium,
Yeah.
and you want to put it in a nice bottle, and so you're going to pay a premium, and so it comes down to a labor of love.
Yeah.
It really does.
We always say every
You know.
every time we come out here, we go, how does anyone make money in the wine business? Like if you're a small winery, how do you even make money?
They don't.
How do you break even?
It's tough.
Even
Even
squared.
You
squared.
start with a large fortune.
All right, that's
Yeah,
what he said.
yeah.
There you go.
That's how you make a small
Oh yeah,
fortune.
I can rip through money. I can tell you right now. You want to play winemaker? I will set you up, man. I will get you the best fruit source in the planet.
Yeah.
I'll get you a neat facility to make
Lots
your
of great
wine.
oak.
I'll get you the coolest frickin' barrels, and we will rip
We
through
will
money.
lose some money. Yes.
We will. I mean,
Thanks
we
for the
will.
tax savings.
That's
there.
right. It's a tax
Yeah,
write-off.
if you want a
That's
tax
right.
write-off, I will create that for you so damn fast.
It's true.
You can have the best party. You'll be the hit. People will dig you. They're gonna go, oh, I love that guy. He's so cool. Yeah, because
They can contact you on Cellars.com.
yeah, all you have to
Yeah.
do, you just call me up. Oh man, whoa.
Well, you know what though? I have
Just
to say,
write checks. That's all. You're gonna need a lot
I
of them.
personally am thrilled that there are people who do this labor of love, because the best wines we ever have had are these micro production, little privately owned family wineries.
Yeah.
There's nothing better.
Yeah.
There's not.
no, they're exciting, and
I'm
we've got
thankful for breaking even.
yeah. And our vintners, yeah, I mean, some of them, there are times where they've only made 2 or 3 barrels
Yeah.
of the wine.
Doesn't it feel special to get that too in your mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, this is
And,
so special.
and we get the exclusive on it, so
Yeah.
you guys get this, you're lucky.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. All right, now,
Question.
go ahead, fire away, question.
We have a question. What kind of food would you put with this new Pinot that's coming out?
Well, I like lamb shanks. I like any kind of turkey, of course. That's pretty simple. But Pinot to me is real versatile. Like you can do all kinds of.
This
Yeah.
one, I think a mushroom dish for instance.
I was sort of-
would work
Oh, yeah.
very well with that.
I was
Yeah.
thinking like
Something earthy.
pasta with duck or rabbit or
with some truffle.
maybe some truffle, a little
Yeah.
bit of truffle in it.
Yeah, because it'll hold
Or
up.
a lamb ragu in a
Yeah.
pasta.
Yeah.
Something nice like that.
Yeah.
You
I
have
was
an idea?
What about maybe like a pork loin with maybe like a Dubonnaise being cherry sauce or something like that?
All right, so tell it's
So
a pork loin,
Pork loin with a
A Dubonnaise.
Dubonnaise.
Dubonnaise
cherry
sauce,
sauce.
Bing cherries. Well, you could because
The
that would
audience is getting
that would work.
fancy.
Yeah,
Fancy out
yeah.
there.
Wow,
Uh-huh.
making me hungry though. I haven't eaten.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, wow.
True. That's true.
Mashed potatoes.
Oh my god.
Oh, that would be good with sweet potatoes. We are getting.
I like
hungry.
that.
I know.
I like that.
For sure.
I'm getting real hungry. Boy, I had a great meal. I'll have to tell you. We went down to where the hell were we? We were down in the what's that? Where did Angie and I?
At Dillon Beach.
Dillon Beach. We went down to Dillon Beach, which is south of this location, and we went to this cool restaurant. Gosh, what the heck was it?
Oh,
It's
Nick's Cafe.
Nick's Cove.
Nick's Cove.
Nick's Cove. You ever come up to the area, you got to go to Nick's Cove. That clam chowder was stupid good.
Really?
It was so freaking. And then we had oysters. We had baked oysters, and then I had clams. Oh, clams with it had sausage in it.
Oh, yum.
Yum.
Wow.
Like really nice and this great
You're making me
broth.
hungry
and-
now.
I know.
Oh, it was
Thank God
so-
there's restaurants on this street.
Right.
Wow. That
So
was.
Nick's Cove has something else that's unique, which is the long pier. I don't know if you went out there.
I didn't
you get
go out
yourself
there.
a couple glasses of sparkling wine. You walk this long pier out to the old boathouse with all the antiques and so
Oh,
forth
cool.
out there.
Yeah.
They have it set up with a piano if you want to play piano.
Awesome.
They have just a wonderful place to hang out.
That's neat.
Well, you know what we bought, and we bought it because my wife wanted to actually duplicate it for one of the wineries that she's involved with. You can buy s'mores in a bag, and so they give you these long sticks, and they give you a bag with the marshmallows, and then the chocolate, and then the graham cracker, homemade graham cracker.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was neat. It was in a little box and a little bag, and it was like really cool.
But what wine do you pair with s'mores?
I
That's
know.
the question.
I know. That's Chardonnay right there.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'd put that with a s'more.
Yeah, you could do that. I could do the Pinot with that. I don't have a problem. I got a little chocolate. I'm kind of okay with,
Yeah, I guess with the chocolate.
know.
That's true. I was thinking more of like the vanilla, the marshmallow, but
Yeah.
I think the
No, that
chocolate
would
with
work.
the Pinot might be good.
It
Or
was
who
just a
knows?
neat. It was a real cute thing, and it had little matches in it, and so that
Yeah.
was. I wasn't sure where they were gonna let you go and do that, but
You were gonna light something on fire and grill your.
well, my wife's got a good idea with it.
Stuff.
We bought it just to duplicate it, and it's very duplicated.
Sounds like it.
And it was cool though. It was like, at the end of the meal we had this thing. Okay, so 2009 Zinfandel, Alexander Valley fruit.
Yes, please.
You want big and jammy. Gan has the big and jammy wines. This is another one though. It's gonna talk to you.
I can't wait to talk to it.
You want to let this puppy open up too. Small production wine. He made 260 cases. So that's like, what, 9 barrels? Now, Alexander Valley is to the north and a little east of the location. If we were there right now, it would be very warm. So I'm going to pack this up. We're going to shoot it. We're going to go there now because we're heading north. It's a little inland, but it's a lot warmer. It's probably 10 degrees warmer.
Wow.
And that fog won't roll in there anytime soon. Oh, you got a sheet for me? You're so good, Russ. Now, retailing that's 32 American.
And first sips is 24.
$24 if you're
32 American?
Yeah.
How many euro is that? How many francs?
I don't
is
know.
that?
It's too many.
Canadian.
I know.
So in the nose, you're going
Wow.
jammy. Woo!
Chocolate
Yep.
covered cherry.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. This is jam central right here. So those of you that like a jammy Zin, you got it, baby. This is going to take care of you.
So Zin is one of those things we during our week we were talking about. We've been hanging around up in Dry Creek and Alexander Valley, and it's,
Yeah.
it's Zin country.
Oh, all
Sonoma
day.
is Zin country, right? And one of the cool things about Zin for me is that it can be so wildly different from winery to winery to
Yeah.
winery, and from wine to wine to wine.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's fun about Zin. It can be big and jammy like this. It can be really lean and peppery and spicy. It can be blended to be sort of.
Right,
I
right.
just love that about Zinfandel. It's kind of like tiramisu. You know the basic ingredients. You just don't know what shape it's going to be in. If it's going to be in a wine glass or a bowl or a plate or whatever. It's kind of the same way with Zinfandel.
Yeah.
You can tell we're all hungry because we're talking about food on every
We
wine.
haven't mentioned much about wine, have we?
Right.
Mostly about food.
Oh, is this a wine show? Oh,
Oh,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
It was a
Yeah,
wine
this
show.
is yummy.
Oh yeah, this is Alexander Valley at its best. A much warmer climate than here. Probably right now I'd say probably 10 degrees warmer. The fog probably is not rolling in over there, and it probably won't come in till later this evening, and it'll burn off early in the morning. So those temperatures will jump pretty
Mm-hmm.
good. They'll be in the high 80s when we're in the low 70s.
Yeah, this is luscious, really nice.
It is luscious. You know what though? It's still got good acid, and that's always like for me. I
It's
like a
important.
jammy Zin, but I don't want it to be flabby.
Flabby, right?
This has
Yeah,
got
because
good structure.
Zinfandel grows in warmer areas of the vineyards, sometimes it'll get too much of that, and that's where you lose the acid.
Uh-huh.
We
Yeah.
talked about that last time.
Right. Yeah. So what would you eat this with? Since we're hungry.
Well, yeah. Well, anytime you're going to barbecue ribs or anything, you're all over that. I mean, you're
Oh.
just diving right into the.
Thank you, Jesus, for pigs.
Yeah. Pigs is ribs, eyes, eye rib, rib eye.
Ribeye.
Ribeye.
Both of
Oh,
them.
ribeye.
Eye ribs and ribeyes.
I mean, yeah, you can go big like that. Yeah, this will hold up to that. No
You know
question
what, though?
about it.
I would eat with this. I would eat a big fat burger with bacon. Like, I would love that with this.
Or anything with bacon. Can we do bacon?
Or bacon with bacon.
There must be
Bacon
something with
I
bacon.
think you like bacon.
We talked about this last
Well,
week, didn't we?
Yeah.
This is
Well, I've been wrapping my burgers in bacon, and I
Chicken
really
and
like
waffles?
that. Yeah.
That is yummy. I just moved
Chicken
the
and
table.
Did you?
Chicken
Okay.
and waffles is what we do down south, sister. And
You have a question there, the captain?
Yeah, could we do a show about wines with bacon?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
What a
Well,
great idea.
Wow.
Well, for those of you now, don't do it
viewership
right
will
now.
go up.
But if you go on YouTube and put search it under TV Tuesday Live Bacon Girl, you will see a show that we did with a girl that is a bacon crazy. Remember that bacon girl? Remember that?
And it wasn't even
She
bacon.
paired up all these wines with bacon, and she had a bacon this and a bacon that. It was crazy.
we should do that, honey, on our show.
She's
We should steal that idea. That's a great idea.
she did. You have a question there?
No, but if
Oh.
you take maybe, there's a new kettle chip out there. It's called maple bacon.
Oh.
So you do that, like you do a chicken crusted with that. That would be fantastic.
So,
So
wow.
ma-
A
maple
chicken
bacon.
crusted
So you're
with
gonna make me
maple
cook
bacon
something?
chips?
With bacon?
Yeah,
that sounds
it's like
good.
you brown the
I did cook a full chicken
Sounds good.
breast out
Crunched
here.
up potato
one
chips and roll your
show.
chicken
Nice.
breast in
The
it.
Yeah.
chicken hated that. didn't it?
They did.
You're
He was
creative
alive. He
cook.
goes, stop it.
That's what you are.
Yeah, I cooked it in time and finished. I actually finished 10 minutes early.
Very nice.
You got a question here? Go
We
ahead.
got another question from the audience. Would you serve a chocolate covered bacon with a fork?
Chocolate covered.
Chocolate covered bacon.
I guess you could.
yes.
You
It's a
actually
lot of
could,
intense flavors,
because of
but
the, well, because of the fat and so forth. I think with the pork,
With the pork?
cutting it through would be
Yeah, but
as
it
long
better
as it's
be
already
hearty.
well, as long as it's chocolate covered. I mean, the pork's going to pair with that alone. So
Yeah.
that's true.
Okay, we can do that. Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, a friend of mine is doing the harvest fair kind of reception, and they're doing these little cups.
Get closer
like-
because they can't hear you.
Sorry,
So a friend of yours is
is
part of the
doing
harvest fair
reception for the
doing
harvest fair.
cups.
Okay.
But the cups are made, they're ringed with bacon, and then in the middle it's like a chocolate mousse.
So
And
they
they're
ring
pairing
the
it
cups with bacon, and they have chocolate mousse in the middle.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So you would probably, it sounds like you would take a muffin tin or something
Yes.
like that and like put your bacon in there and then cook it so it's like a shell
Yeah, right.
That's-
and then fill it
Great
with
idea.
chocolate mousse?
Yes. Yeah.
What can
What
be
the
wrong
heck's
with
wrong with that?
That's 50 Shades of Wrong.
50 Shades of awesome.
50 shades are so bright.
50
Wow.
Shades of if chocolate covered bacon is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Wow.
Yikes. All right.
Is that the song for this?
Maybe.
What?
We're still figuring that out.
Loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right. Oh my God. See, look,
Could
we're
be.
empty.
See? Your
Started
glasses
something,
are
that's right.
defective.
I know there's a
Here,
big
let me
hole
help.
in the top.
Let me help you because it's
Oh, thanks.
illegal. It's actually the liquor laws in California are
No
really
empty
strict.
glasses.
Are they?
Yeah, your glasses
You have to
can't
always
be
have to
empty
have a
here.
glass with
Okay.
something in it.
Very good.
I knew
So-
there was one more thing I liked about California.
Yeah.
That's one of them. Liquor
Yeah.
laws.
Well, this is super nice. So this is 2009. Now, remember back, 9 was a great vintage year. The wines have been super elegant. The weather was warm. You had a big crop. This is the big crop. Wasn't this
Yeah.
the one where they had no more barrels?
Right.
They
Bathtubs.
they literally ran out of barrels. Can you
Wow.
imagine
Because the
running?
yield
It's
was
like
so
a yield,
high.
Yeah.
high yield.
Wow.
The
It's like
yield
Gen
was-
X. It's like the Gen X of grapes. It's a huge
Well-
generation.
well, you-
like us.
Gen Y.
You guys were.
I'm sorry, Gen Y. We're the Gen X. We're the smaller generation.
Yeah, you guys
That's
are-
right.
yeah.
You guys, you and me, same thing.
No, I'm way older than you.
Whatever.
By a long mile.
Okay.
Now you guys are staying in Geyserville.
Right.
Well, you know, as you come in from here to Geyserville, on the right-hand side there's a vineyard right over there. Before you get into the little downtown.
Yeah.
In 09, that whole vineyard just sat there, and I would drive by there every day, and I'd go, "Oh my God, they're not gonna harvest," and they couldn't. It just sat there, and it was sad because that was
Oh.
beautiful
There's
fruit.
just nowhere to,
No place to put
no
it.
place to put it.
Wow. That is
It just
sad.
sat there, man.
So
It
why
was
wouldn't
just-
they harvest it and ship it south somewhere? Ship it to, somewhere who's just to use it. Just, bulk wine down south in the Central Coast or in
They
Santa
didn't have any
Barbara.
place to put it to start with, much less to ship it.
Wow.
Like trucks were nope.
They were trying to get.
You know, what would
Wow.
you do? I mean,
I don't know,
you
that's-
you got to do something. You can't just pick it because you have a short timeline
Yeah.
where you've
Yeah.
got to get in the process. Maybe you're going to put some dry ice in there or something to
That's
keep it cold.
crazy.
But yeah, you couldn't do anything with it.
And that's a huge vineyard. I know exactly which one you
Crying
mean.
shame.
Yeah.
What's your timeline there?
It's 6:43.
All right.
Oh, okay, good.
2
Awesome.
more minutes on this, Zin.
Yeah.
You
All
can
right.
linger over it.
Look, whatever Nita says, that's what we do.
That's right. So
Yeah.
we got to chug, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Some nice spice on here.
nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's this is an interesting vineyard because what they did to create this vineyard, they took cuttings from Bella Winery, who has an old vine, 100-year-old vine, right next to this vineyard,
Okay.
and they took cutting. I'm buttoning up my shirt because I'm cold. I'm cold, and it's
You need a
September.
scarf.
See your breath, right?
Right? I'm going. Oh my God. So the 100. Yeah, my headlights are on.
Just leave.
So we're going north. No. So the Bella Vineyard is a old vine, 100-year-old vine. They took cuttings from that in the middle of the night, and didn't tell them, and they grafted it onto. That's how
They
you do
know
it.
now.
They know now. And grafted it. But here's the cool part. And again, I have video because it's one of the first location shots we ever did was in this vineyard. So look for Gann Family Cellars Barbecue, and we did a barbecue up there.
What's the vineyard? You keep mentioning the vineyard, but what's the name of it?
What?
The vineyard we're talking about.
Oh, Gann Family Cellars. It was their vineyard.
Oh, okay.
Their estate.
Okay.
Their estate.
Got it.
I think the first
The-
remote we did was actually at Lake Tahoe, in the snow, by the lake.
Oh yeah, that was
probably
that was
felt just
that
like
was,
tonight.
Yeah.
So the vineyard though is cool because it's when you stand in it, all you can see are other vineyards all the way around. If you see a house, it's nestled around a vineyard. It's really majestic.
Nice.
It's one of those like you just go, damn, that's just crazy stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, 100-year-old vine. So it helped them, in the production to get something a little richer than what you normally would have had. Just kind of,
So that's kind of interesting because if you're taking a cutting from an old vine and you're grafting it onto a newer, or younger, I should say, I guess, rootstock, then do you get the, is it considered old vine?
no,
It's not.
Nope.
Because, what we
But is there an actual number, or is it just kind of like
They've never
it's
officialized
just
it,
kind of
no.
like reserve?
Reserve,
You go,
yeah.
Right.
It's reserve. And if
A
you
little
screw
bit.
'em-
They're trying to
Yeah.
lock it down. In Australia, they take it more serious about having rules as to how many years it is.
Okay.
Over here, they haven't really done that. I've seen old vines in coming from here that's
Like-
35
like
years.
right.
Yeah, 25
Right.
years. Over there, they want to start at 60 and then go up from there.
So where is the line, though, in your opinion? I mean, you're a wine educator, you're a wine consultant, you know your stuff about wine. Where is the balance? Because part of the sort of awesomeness that is America is that we don't really like rules so much. But at the same time, there could be a good balance so that things like reserve and old vine have some meaning, people have a context. So I guess my question for you is, if it were up to you, how much regulation would you be in favor of versus the other part, which is we're America and we don't like regulation?
Well, you're talking to a marketing guy too, so I have to balance
Two
that.
marketing guys, right here. We could be
Because we
crossing the
certainly- yeah.
streams
A little
right now, right?
Yeah. They're
In
not crossing
terms of wine, though, you have to realize, much like so much of what Europe is when they say something's old, well, that's 11th century.
Right, right.
And over here, that's like 80 years.
Right.
All right, so there's an antique shop across the way here, and everything is like 20 years old. So because
Thanks, Russie.
Ooh, hi.
It's cooked the way the California Native Americans cook it, with a lot of kernels unpopped, because
Oh.
that's kind of a tradition.
Thank you.
Great.
You guys probably do it differently in
Thank
Georgia.
you.
So-
Probably do.
We
the Native Americans had kernels in their army.
No, I think that
Thank God, this
probably-
is delicious.
No, probably not happening that way.
All right.
So I would imagine that if you look at the vine and what its ability is to be old, 60 years is a really good line to draw. You wouldn't want, as a marketing guy, to lose, much like they did when they moved the borders of AVAs around. You may lose a designation you don't want to lose.
Right.
Once you've been talking about it, suddenly you can't talk about it anymore.
I have-
Likewise,
Question?
Yeah, they're saying that some old vine designation is not necessarily defined, but there are some appellations that truly have century-old vines.
Uh-huh.
How do they compare?
Well, there's no rule.
there is no rule. Any
Yeah.
AVA can make a rule. I don't
But-
know any that have.
And there isn't one
Maybe.
for reserve.
Uh-uh.
But here's the deal. You put reserve on your label and you throw out a junky wine, they're not buying it twice. That thing's
Right.
over.
Exactly.
So you don't want to burn yourself. I mean, you're going to really go on the edge and say this is a reserve because
That's
we
right.
really hand-picked it, the barrels and they were better barrels and samples than what we had anywhere else in the cellar. and so we're going to call that reserve. If you burn it, it's over, man. You're never
No.
going to get it back ever.
The people will speak. And that's what's
Oh,
great
hell
about
yeah.
the internet and wine is
Yeah.
that people talk to each other and they start to taste and explore.
Oh my God.
You can't.
Now I'm going to talk
You
because
see that? You see what he's pouring?
Yeah.
The Super Sonoma?
This is Super Sonoma in 2009, and so this is also a progressive group of wines. They're wonderful in a dinner party. You could take these 4 bottles and pair that up in your dinner party, and that's why I do
Oh
it
my
this
God.
way as well. I want to start lighter and go to heavy.
I can't stop eating.
Isn't that popcorn good?
So good.
Yeah. I'm not sure why those kernels didn't go, but anyway,
Oh my gosh, this is delicious.
All right, this is a Meritage. This is about 24 months, brand new French oak.
Wow.
This is on the
Yes.
northwest slopes of the Mayakama Mountains. This is Cabernet Franc and Petit Verdot, I believe.
Wow.
Retailing that at 60. We've got it at $48 for the first sips,
Which is what they're getting with their wine.
and it's in their shipment.
It's a big old one.
That's a big. Yeah. So you went progressively bigger, without a doubt.
Oh yes, very nice.
I tell you what, man.
Pencil shavings.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Did you say Cab Franc?
What did I say, Cab Franc?
You did.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
there's
keep
some
saying
little
Cab-
bit of that green pepper nose
Yeah,
in there.
there is
for
Cab Franc. Cab and
And you said
Cab
Petit
Franc,
Verdot.
and you said Petit Verdot.
Petit Verdot.
Very nice.
Man,
Wow.
Booyah.
I got a popcorn hole in my mouth.
Yeah. Popcorn
Getting in the way of
goes
my
with
mouth.
wine very nicely, by the way.
I'd pair it with any wine.
I'd pair it with any popcorn. This wine with any
They're
popcorn.
with bacon. Oh wait, that's
Bacon popcorn.
First thing I get
Wow.
caramel
Caramel.
On the nose or on
Yeah.
the palate?
on the nose.
On the
Nose,
really.
caramel on the nose. I
Well, the
got
Cab
that
Franc
cedar.
is running strong. I don't know what the blend is on that.
Around this way.
So, to round off the shipment, we thought we'd put something big and bold in there.
You all wine club members are going to be happy with this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good.
It's good. I just can't stop eating this dang popcorn. I guess I was hungry.
Yeah, you were hungry, so
Ed
now
warned
you're
me,
satisfied.
eat before we go, he said.
Why is that? Oh, that's so weird.
I like that. I like that bowl.
It's
I'm
a
taking that
crooked
bowl
bowl. So let me recap what's going on this weekend, because things are changing around here as far as entertainment. So Thursday coming up this week, Thursday, we've got John Pita in the house. John Pita on a Thursday night. We've always had him on Friday. We were switching it up. And then Craig Corona. If you guys like, he does James Taylor. He does Cat Stevens. He does what's the guy that died on the
Harry Chapin?
on the slopes? The
Sonny
no,
Bono.
he
just
died
gonna
in an
say that.
airplane.
Sonny Bono.
John Denver.
Oh, yeah.
He does a bunch of John
Yeah.
Denver
Yeah.
stuff.
He did some
Sonny
stuff.
And-
Bono, yeah.
He did, yeah, Garfunkel.
Yeah, he did some
Yeah, I mean that's a great show. And then I've got a Carmen Kimball and Alex Lassner. They're coming on Saturday. They're on tour and they're coming through Santa Rosa, and so we booked them. We got them in here, and that's going to rock out. Next week we've got Ricky Allen Ray. You don't have pictures for that. And then we have a private event on Friday, so please don't come down. We will be.
Or we will do this to you.
Yeah, you can't come in. It's a private. It's a 50th high school reunion for Montgomery High School, local high
How
school,
fun.
class of '64. So
Oh
we're
my
rocking out
God.
the '60s music,
Well, I hope the
and
principal's coming.
the principal is coming. And then we have John Pita on that Saturday, and so everything is kind of mixed up. And we got Falcon Christopher at the end of the month. Next month we've got Hannah Eldridge. Oh, we have Lewis Clark is coming.
Lewis and Clark?
Lewis
Oh
and
my
Clark
God.
on the 19th.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
They
it's
are
crazy.
so old.
They're so old.
Or wine pioneers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wine
we're gonna
pioneers.
explore all kinds of wines.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we've got and on Halloween next month on Halloween we got Ricky Allen Ray. That's kind of scary.
He sounds like a blues guy. With a name like Ricky Allen, right? Wouldn't you
Oh,
think
yeah,
he
he's
would be a
definitely
blues
blues.
guy?
Yeah.
Does
Oh,
he
yeah,
have like a
definitely
good blues
blues.
nickname, like
Yeah.
Muddy something? Or Blind something?
Yep.
Vineyard.
And
Muddy
so
Blind Vineyard.
anyway, go ahead. A question.
Oh, we have a question.
Okay, we're right at the end of this show.
All right.
And we've had a lot of people that's been tuning in tonight. They want to know, between the experts, which
Who's that?
were your favorite wines tonight?
Oh, so which was your favorite wine tonight?
So different.
That's
Wow.
a question. That's a question that I get in the tasting room, and I also want to tell you about, and I will after, about the dumbest question that I keep getting lately, and I want to know what the heck is going on. But the one that I get a lot is this: What's your favorite wine, Scott? Now, I don't have an answer. I have 70 wines in here. Are you dreaming? I mean, that's just crazy stuff. And I equate it to the meal. But what's your of this grouping here?
I'm still going to cheat though. I think the Pinot Noirs show really well, and it's evolving. But the Chardonnay was so unique in lots of ways that I have to
Yep.
give a nod to that as well. They're all great. They all have their own kind of animal, and it really depends on your mood at any one moment. So you could ask me 10 minutes from now, I might change my mind.
Yeah. I think 9 out of 10 times I usually go to the most expensive. It's not because it's the most expensive, it's just by default. But the Meritage was pretty fantastic, I gotta say. Mouthfeel, everything
Classic
about it.
notes. It's
Really
great.
good. That little bit of Cab Franc, green pepper,
Yeah.
just really nice.
Yeah. Well, we have 8 kids, and asking us to choose your favorite wine is like
8
asking
kids?
to choose your favorite
You have
child.
8 kids?
No,
We
we
have,
have 0.
we have no kids at all. I'm so full of crap.
But it was a great story.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
what you need to
Marketing
do
guy
sometimes.
says great story. No, but
Wow.
you can't choose a favorite. This is my point. You can't choose. The world of wine is vast.
Yes,
I'm
you
going to say,
can.
don't tell our kids that. Tonight only for you, I'm going Zinfandel. That was my favorite.
Shocking.
I know, shocking.
Shout out to the Zinfandel too.
I'm a Zinfandel girl, though.
Nice.
Yeah.
I am. Z.
But this is an example of the kind of things you're going to get in the wine club shipment. I really focus in on current release or a pre-release, so you're getting the hot off the presses stuff that you're never going to see. Never. It will not be in your local store.
No, you're never going to get it. never going to get it. Actually, you will get it in the wine club.
That's right.
That's all you're going to get.
All right, so let me put a little more Zin in your
Oh,
life
God,
here,
all
just because you
right.
want to have that,
A little bit of Zinfandel in my life.
and I'll put some
Sing
in
it
your
today.
glass too.
Zinfandel number 5.
So
I have to tell you.
I wanna thank the good Lord for giving us this nice air conditioning
Yay.
issue
Praise the
here.
Lord. Praise the Lord.
Wow, holy smokes, man! What did I do wrong?
Hey, oh, no,
Great backup
Friday
team.
is
could
what?
be raining.
It's your wife's birthday.
Oh yeah, this Friday's my wife's birthday.
Woo.
Well, today is Al's birthday. Is Al here still? Or
Where is Al?
He
Okay,
left.
well it's Al's birthday.
It is.
It's my wife's birthday. She'll be
She'll be young as ever.
44.
Young as ever. Ever say that?
They'll bleep it out later.
I know,
23
right?
minus plus 10.
Oh my God, Angie.
No,
I'm sorry.
she'll be heading down the road of life because yeah she's
Well said.
yeah.
Don't ever
It's
say
not
that.
working. That's not gone. I'm
Nope.
dying. I'm dead.
You are dead.
Okay, for those of you that don't know, just look up Baccara because that's where I'm going tomorrow,
That's
and
where
my
you're gonna
whole
be
job is
murdered.
like this. I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm too warm. Let me move over here. That's what I'm doing
Baccara is where Scott
tomorrow.
will be found murdered tomorrow.
And Thursday,
Find your
and then we
body.
go to Santa Cruz with Russ and Nita. We're going to meet up with them in Santa
Nice.
Cruz
Awesome.
and rock out.
Very cool.
And
Oh my God, we're jealous.
Yeah.
We should- we're on vacation
and I went to
too.
my doctor
We
today
could
and
just
had an
stow away.
EKG. You know what he said? Normal.
Wow.
Dumb. They're so
I
dumb.
guarantee you that's the only doctor that said normal to you, my friend. The only doctor.
They did. They did. They said normal. Yeah. So Anyway, I'm going to go enjoy myself. Yes, I'll be working. I will. I have my computer with me. I will be working.
It's not just about you. It's
No, she's working, man. She's, dude, she's working. Trust me. She's not going to be playing. She's working.
She works hard.
Yeah, she works hard, and
Except
God
for
bless
Friday,
her.
She's off. Santa Cruz, we're just chilling.
Oh yeah, Santa Cruz, we're rocking and rolling. I'm gonna go on the roller coaster.
We're not even going to the boardwalk.
Russ, can we do that?
No.
Yep.
You like that? Okay.
Do it.
No.
Well, I want to thank our wonderful guests.
Welcome.
You guys
Thank you.
again.
Thank you.
Good job.
No,
Thank
it's
you
not
very
every day
much.
we're
Thank
here,
you,
so we're
Russ,
excited.
for making
Thanks
us
for having us.
popcorn
Thank
with
you,
the
Russ.
with the most kernels ever. It's kernel corn. I like that. Look at all the kernels.
These are these are virgins.
He said 1 minute and 30 seconds.
All
Oh.
right. Whatever.
It's 1 minute and 80 seconds.
those.
I taste. I
1
I know.
minute and 80 seconds.
Plant those, get a popcorn
Well,
treat.
she's saying
Yeah,
wrap it up.
Wrap it
We're
up.
getting the hook.
So,
We're getting the hook.
I want to thank all of you guys for giving us all these hand signals and stuff, and our bloggers and our people that watch week after week,
Look at it.
and they go, "Why am I watching this?" But next week I'll be blindfolded, and then we're gonna do that whole aroma thing, and we're gonna have that rocking and rolling. You guys are still gonna be in town?
Yes, we
Oh,
are.
well, you'll be back. So, this is where you discover wine one sip at a time here at Cellars of Sonoma. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Bye.